Really assess the situation thoroughly enough to give you an answer.
Oh, no.
I could get back to you on that.
Well,
if
you know, actually, I only have a couple minutes, and so I'll only take a couple minutes of your time.
You don't want me to do a full assessment, I take it.
Well, you know what? You might be able to do that in a few minutes.
Yeah, and I got a thermometer and the whole deal.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Get a stethoscope, too?
You know, I'll have to. I don't have one of those.
Oh, you're going to have to get one of those. Those are really fun.
I got the digital thermometer, though, so.
Oh, okay, great.
It's very accurate, and I can take very accurate readouts and can tell you my temperatures.
Awesome.
You know, I do a Rorschach test to evaluate my psychological condition, and I can print it all out and mail it to you if you really want to know how I am.
Well, you know, I actually would love that. I have your address. Are you still at El Pilar?
I'm there, but where would I mail this information to you at?
Well, you know, actually, I don't have an address here.
You don't need, so it's kind of pointless for me to mail anything to.
Right, you know.
I would get that blank envelope and put stamps on it and put it in the mailbox, and, you know, where would it go?
You know what? Probably the North Pole.
North Pole, you think that's where all the unaddressed mail ends up, is the North Pole?
Of course. Santa Claus is going to take care of everything.
Old St. Nicholas, huh?
Yeah.
And he would see that what condition I was in.
That's exactly right.
I don't know if I want to share that with him.
Well, you know, he's such a good guy.
He's not a good guy. It's all a front.
It's all a front?
He'd see. He'd hone in on any weaknesses he found in my report, and he would use those against me.
You know, the aliens do that too.
Yeah, but Santa's the master.
Santa's the master, huh?
Santa could out trick any alien.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, those aliens are so scrawny.
They're scrawny, and Santa's jolly and big, and plus the aliens have all this advanced technology to fly, and Santa knows all he needs is reindeer.
Right, exactly.
He doesn't need any flux capacitors or, you know, foreign alloy metals or anti-gravity technology. All he needs is a couple deer and a sled, and Santa's in orbit.
Right, exactly. And all he has to do it is once a year.
And he doesn't rectally probe anybody either.
Exactly.
He does have a corncob pipe, though.
Yeah, you know, that's a one downer about him.
Well, I don't, you know, anyone with a corncob pipe, well, just wait until you get cornered by the guy.
Until you get what?
Cornered by the guy.
Really? And you've had a bad experience being cornered by Santa?
I've been cornered by a fat man in a red suit with a corncob pipe before, I'll tell you that much.
You have?
Yeah.
And what happened?
Backed me into a corner. Corncobbed me.
Well, what happened, though?
I blacked it out. I don't know what. I mean, last thing I remember, there was a puff of the smoke coming from the pipe, and then, you know, I saw the red felt jacket hit the floor, and this gelatinous belly was just shaking in front of my face, and it was all sweaty, and then it just went black.
Really? So you don't have nightmares from this?
I do have nightmares, but you know, I wake up in a cold sweat, you know, and I don't know what I was dreaming about, but I was scared.
So Santa put you into a cold sweat?
He put me in. I'm sure he put me into the camel clutch. I mean, he had me in. Who knows what he did with me?
Really?
Yeah.
So he is kind of like the alien.
I don't think he rectally probed. I mean, he could have. I blacked out. Maybe he probed me.
You think he probed you?
Yeah, he could have cornholed me.
He cornholed you? Wow. Well, that sounds like quite a traumatic experience. How old were you when this happened?
Shoot, I was like 25 or something.
Really? And how old are you now?
I'm 27 now.
Really? So you've been dealing with this for 2 years?
2 years of being cornholed by. I mean, I don't know if I was cornholed, but I guess everything points to that.
Well, have you ever had a similar experience?
You mean been double cornholed?
Sure.
No,
double cornholed.
I've never been double cornholed.
Ah, okay. Well,
but I got cornholed by somebody with a corncob pipe, and that's why I don't trust anybody with a corncob pipe.
Yeah, I wouldn't trust anybody with a corncob pipe either.
Because they'll back you into a corner and cornhole you.
Really?
Yeah.
So this happened when you were 25?
Yeah, you know, I was.
Okay, so have you ever seen Santa again?
No, I mean, he loved me and left me, basically, you know. He's like.
He just left you, and he left you for good, huh?
Well, yeah, he's one of those. He hit and quit it, I guess.
Hit and quit it?
Right.
Okay. So you have visions of corn cob pipes then?
Yeah, corn cob pipes and gelatinous, sweaty pink bellies, and white pubic hair. It's just a blur.
White pubic hair.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, now we're getting to be TMI.
What's TMI?
Too much information. You don't know that?
Oh no, I'm not good on abbreviations.
Maybe you can put that in with your thermometer.
I'm not good on abbreviation. But yeah, what do you think? Santa dyes those pubes? I mean, he's got white ball hair.
I have no idea if he dyes them or not.
Well, he's got white hair up top, you know. There's snow on the roof, there's snow on the floor, basically, you know. Now you know about Santa.
Well, you know what? I'll be sure not to sit on his lap next Christmas.
That's the trick. He has everyone sit on their lap, and they're walking funny afterwards, you know.
They're walking funny afterwards. How many times have you sat on Santa's lap?
Well, I wasn't even really. I didn't even get near the lap. I think that's why he was mad. He was going to teach me a lesson.
He was going to teach you.
He's like, "Oh, fine. You don't want to sit on my lap? I'm going to teach you what's up." You know, and he gave me the cornhole.
Well, so has he ever been to your house before?
That's when it happened.
It was at your house.
Yeah.
Now, did he come down the chimney or did he come through a window?
Yeah, I guess if you want to use a euphemism, yeah, he came down my chimney. Okay, if you want to beat around the bush, yeah.
Oh, there's no beating around the bush here.
Yeah.
Huh. So he came down your chimney.
That's right.
Okay, so what did he do after he did that?
He said, ho, 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 you know, and he, like, twitched his nose and, you know, took off, you know. He said, like I said, he loved me and later.
What were the reindeer doing during all this?
Just laughing at me.
Really?
Yeah.
That must have been traumatic.
It was.